Well, welcome back to Raw Sports Talk. I'm Chris, your favorite stat reader, and we have the T-Wolves hosting the Wizards, and the T-Wolves are 17-point home favorites. The over-under is at 221.5. The Wizards are plus 870 on the money line, and the T-Wolves are minus 1,500. Now, these are the overnight odds. They're going to change the closer we get to tip-off tomorrow, and there is absolutely no value in betting the T-Wolves on the money line. It's just how terrible the Wizards have been. The casinos have to put them somehow ridiculously high where people won't still consider betting them. Now, these teams played each other once this season already, and the T-Wolves won 120 to 106, and they didn't cover because they were 14.5-point favorites. The game did go over. The lineups are supposed to be Poole, Kuliby, George, Kuzma, and Valanaweas, and then Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Reed, and Gobert, and Conley is listed as questionable for tomorrow's game. Head-to-head, the T-Wolves are on a 3-game winning streak against the Wizards. The Wizards, however, are 7-3 against the Wizards in their last 10. And the road team is 6-4. The underdog has covered the last 2. The underdog is 6-4 against the spread. The favorite is 6-4 on the money line. The over is hitting their last 2. The over is 8-2, and the over at 221.5 is 9-1. The Wizards, they just keep losing, and it's just a matter of they find a way to just seemingly outdo themselves with every loss. There was a total of 228, 238, 188, and then 230 points. They lost to the Suns by 10. They covered. The next 3 games they did not. 22-point loss to the Mavericks. 24-point loss to the Raptors. 38-point loss to the Lakers. For the T-Wolves, 7-3 in their last 10, 5-5 against the spread. The over is 7-3. They've won their last 5 games. 237, 192, 234, 251. Beat the Nuggets by 29. They covered. Beat the Hawks by 8. It really just depends on where you got that Hawk game because the T-Wolves opened up at 6, and if you got them when they opened up before they confirmed that Trae Young wasn't playing, sort of like how these videos that I do overnight, you lucked out because you covered. If you got it when it closed, you were shit out of luck. Then they beat the Suns by 8, they covered, and then they beat the Jazz by 25, they covered. Now, all signs point to the T-Wolves not only beating them, but beating them terribly. It's just, do I really trust the T-Wolves to beat them by 17 points? And it's just, the Wizards have looked bad and they have lost bad. I mean, there's only a couple of games in their last handful that they haven't completely been embarrassed in. I would take the T-Wolves on the money line. I would also try to find the T-Wolves on an alternate spread somewhere, single digits, maybe get them at 8, get them at 9, something like that if it's a reasonable price. And then I would go over just because I would hope that they would just continue to run up the score. But you just have to hope that they don't have such a large lead in the third quarter that they rest their starters and allow the Wizards to come back. On the regular spread, I would still take the T-Wolves, but I would more so look to bet them down.